I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations that are 501c3 nonprofits. Our friends will inform you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some new friends today. Yeah. At its core, autism is a social communication difference in an individual that differs from the general population. Autism is not equivalent to mental disabilities or low IQ. Someone with autism can have high IQ or low IQ, but they will have social communication issues, which may appear as non-speaking, hyperverbal, not understanding social cues or social constructs, and/or breaks away from social constructs. People with autism can have low or high support needs, but will have some type of support need. While the communication difference is the biggest sign of autism, there are other coexisting signs that may help identify if your child has autism. In certain situations, autism can be diagnosed as early as 14 months. Children with autism tend to develop typically within the first year of life and meet most major milestones like crawling and walking. One of the first indicators for autism could be that the child is not responding to their name. This could appear as early as 9 months old. Another early indicator can be avoiding eye contact or minimal eye contact. We're here to help and go all in for autism in a big, big way because the Autism Society of Southern Arizona is having their biggest and best event ever, All In for Autism Dino Day and Walk. Yes, Saturday, April 25th at the TCC, and they're going to raise awareness and provide resource materials that will help improve the lives of those affected by autism. And today, I'm fortunate enough to speak with Kate Elliott, Executive Director of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. Kate, welcome back to Lifestyle Tucson.
Thanks for having us. Good to be here.
I'm very excited. You've brought friends as well. Here to my left, we've got Jess Levin, student intern for the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. Jess, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You got to move that microphone. Don't be shy. Okay? And now move it right to your left because there's someone else here. Let's see if I could do it. Is it Yasrat Merez? Did I say it correct?
That's me. Thank you.
Hey, there she is.
Nice to be here.
Intern as well. Welcome. Are you excited to be on the radio?
I'm really excited.
Okay, good. I'm very excited. I love talking to students, and thank you so much for being involved with this great organization because you got to try to motivate a lot of young folks to get involved in a lot of these organizations that happen here in town because some of them, like Rotary Club or Alliance Club, a lot of their members are over 60. Some of these organizations can disappear. You need young people to get involved with your organizations and the people you care about, and volunteering so important, especially for students. Let me ask, where are you at? Where's your level of education? Are you going to the college here? What's up?
So I'm currently a student at Arizona State University in the program of social work. So I'm in my senior year doing my first year of intern.
Okay, nice. And how about you? Go on back there because that was, Jess, how about you?
I'm a senior at the U of A, and I'm studying rehabilitation services and studies.
Excellent. So thank you for being here. Thanks for making the trip. Also, bear down. Thank you for being here as well. So that's the spirit. I do love meeting new friends, but again, getting people involved and volunteering. Let me also, again, just ask you right that since we're going to talk about it. How come this organization and why are you volunteering for the Autism Society of Southern Arizona? What's your connection to autism? Because when I look at the member page, a lot of you folks have a connection to it, whether it's someone in your family or just someone you know, or maybe it's just a cause that you care about. So what got you involved with this great organization?
I have multiple family members who are on the spectrum, and it's been a big part of my life and my whole family's life. So it's just very important to me now to be able to give back to other people who seek support and need different resources that we can help provide.
There you go. And what about you, Yasser? What got you involved? Obviously doing social work, which is amazing. So this kind of leads right into that.
Yes. So with social work, there's various areas where you can explore. And I was really interested in exploring autism because 2 of my sisters are diagnosed. They don't require a lot of support, but they didn't have the resources growing up. So I am glad to be here and be able to provide a resource to the community.
Yeah, it's a big important thing to be able to do that, and really just showing up is one of the biggest things anyone can do for any organization or any cause. So show up, do something. That's really important. So Kate, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to talk to you again. It's such a great event, and you used to do this where it was just, all in for Autism Day a few years ago. Then you added dinosaurs to it just a few years back.
Because everything's better with dinosaurs.
It absolutely is. Even that new Super Mario Brothers movie has some dinosaurs in it. Yoshi finally makes his appearance. Yes.
Amazing.
So I am very excited to talk all about what we're doing. But first, why don't we talk about the organization as a whole and tell us really the 101 of what your organization does?
So we are really here to support the autistic community. We have our primary main focus. Our mission is to connect people to the resources they need to live fully. So we have our Navigating Autism. It's a hotline of sorts, certainly not an emergency hotline by any means. But people can call at any point in their autism journey, whether they're looking for a diagnosis or if they already had a diagnosis or their kid was diagnosed years ago and they've just hit a new spot where it's rough and transition. And we will talk to them and help them figure out what's next, what's available, and connect them to the resources in the community. And a lot of times just have ear to listen to somebody to understand, somebody who's been there before. All our employees are autistic and also parents of autistic kids. We've been there. We know the whole process. And part of the things that we connect them to is our network of social and support groups. We have social and support groups for every age group, from littles, teens, to adults. It's actually our biggest population. We have social groups, and we have a group for adults who are diagnosed as adults, because that's an ever-growing population. And then we have trainings. We have groups for parents and caregivers, and we do trainings in the community and advocacy. And all that kind of stuff. Just really, we want to be able to create a safe space for the autistic community to come together, to be together, to find their community and find support.
I'm right here on the website as you're talking. I want to jump on over to it because there's so much information there. Even again, I got my intro right from the website because I'm not trying to make this stuff up. You guys have a mission statement. You know what you're doing. You're the pros. So it really is important to go check out as-az.org to get all these resources, all the information that's right there online, as well as all the facts, because there's a lot of autism facts, a lot of stuff there on the banner at the top of the page, all about the programs. So why don't we talk about some of the programs that you are offering? Because we were talking about all of the options that there are, because there's a lot of different ages, like you were just saying, adults that are getting diagnosed late in their lives. And it's really important to have that social connection. That's what this is really about. Communication, it seems like, just from what I read in that intro, is a lot of communication is the biggest thing to it. And that's a people problem. It doesn't matter what you got, all right, going on in your life. Sometimes just talking, public speaking, making new friends, that's a theme that comes up constantly. And even loneliness is a big epidemic for everyone these days. Yeah. So I can't imagine how much harder it is for the autistic community, especially an autistic adult who's having communication problems or issues like that, connecting with others. That's really important. So helping them with some of these programs is really important. So let's talk about them, because there's something for all ages at your organization.
So autistic individuals communicate differently, communicate better with each other than we do with neurotypicals. Like they done studies where they, the game telephone, where they repeat the thing. They lined up a line of autistic people and they lined up a line of allistic, which means not autistic people. And the message was pretty much the same. It's when we mix us together, it kind of that the communication starts to get lost a little bit. Kind of like if you think about somebody who learned Spanish in Mexico and then they went to Spain. Like they're still speaking Spanish, but it's just a little different, and there's definitely some cultural nuance differences. And so we want to create those autistic spaces where people can come and connect autistically with other autistic individuals on our own way. We connect a little differently and we relate to each other a little differently, and it looks kind of different than the neurotypical way, but we create a space where everybody is welcome and sensory needs are accommodated for and supported, and we allow people to engage in their own way. We don't stop people from, just exploring the space and sitting on the side if that's what they need. But it's really, really magical to watch people come together and be able to find those connections for the first time and be able to find other people who they can talk to, and people don't get annoyed when they talk incessantly about their special interest because they have the same one. It's really a magical, magical thing to watch those authentic autistic connections happen.
Yeah. Well, because you are watching people make friends.
Yeah.
You see people light up.
Yes, I love it. Like a couple weeks ago, we had a teen who was her first time there. She had come with her foster mom, and she was leaving. She's like, "This was the best. I found my people." And I was like,
right.
That's exactly what we want. We want to have a space where you can come, kids who've never had friends, never been able to connect, adults who've never been able to connect with others. We're creating a space where they can come and they can find their people and they can connect authentically and autistically.
Amazing. Well said. So there's all these great things. You've got the adult social group. You've got for the adult diagnosed. You've got the littles meetup, but then there's also parent peer support, which is great. It's also meetups for parents that are dealing with this and for other folks to learn about each other's situations. Yeah. People got to find strength in that.
It's such a powerful thing, the parent peer support. That's how I found the Autism Society when I joined the parent support group when my daughter was first diagnosed. And finding those other people who got it and understood and helped me figure out next steps and next processes, and just to know that I wasn't in it alone, and is just such a powerful moment to just sit there with other parents and be like, oh, my kid's not weird, my kid's not bad, they're just autistic, and you guys get it. And that is the most powerful, wonderful thing to help with, because it's lonely and it's hard.
Yeah, well, it's isolating.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big part of it. Something for tweens and teens. You got a book club. You've got the Community Connections events. There's trainings, lunch and learns as well. What are those like?
So when we have different agencies or different people in the community who have different services they offer, they'll come and they'll talk about it with a wide variety, whatever somebody wants to talk about. But we highlight different services like DDD, which is a government service, or different types of therapies or things, just to help people understand and have an opportunity to learn more and ask questions of professionals.
Amazing. So let me ask our student interns, how much experience do you have actually at the organization itself, where you go down to the actual building and you're working there or volunteering there? Because again, you up in Phoenix, correct? That's where you're at?
I'm actually going online. So
Okay.
I'm here in Tucson.
Oh, so you're here in Tucson, but doing that online. Oh, great. So local as well. So that's amazing. How often do you guys get on down there? Like what's your experience down at the actual building and with some of the programs? What have you been involved with?
So I'm there 2 times a week for full days, and mostly I've been helping with finding resources. So I'm on the phones a lot, talking to families and helping them and guiding them throughout times of stress when they're looking for providers, for diagnosis, for groups. So I'd refer them over to these kinds of stuff. And I've also been a big part in the logistics of getting all the donations and prizes for this big event that we have coming up. So it's been really fun.
Heck yeah. And what about you? How have you been spending your time down there?
I like to be there pretty much every day. It's just been just a very great outlet for me to learn, but also just to kind of be there. I really enjoy being there. What else?
That's as good a reason as anybody can give, to be honest with you. Like, that's a great reason.
It's a great environment. As an autistic person myself, I've never been in such a sensory-friendly office space.
Yeah.
And I'm there every Wednesday for our open hours, and it's just a great time for people to come and connect, and it's a very casual, just meet-up time and free time.
That's great. Yeah. That's excellent. And again, I like the way you're even. It is casual. It's not a big deal, all right? We're not going to Sunday church here. Don't get dressed up. Have fun. Yeah. That's what you're there to do. You're there to make friends, so dress how you feel comfortable. Dress for success. That's the way to do it. You want to make yourself able to feel approachable, and sometimes that's the way to do it, even for me. It's like, when you want to go nail an interview, you got to dress up nice. You got to do your hair that day. When you're trying to go out and go to these fun community events, like, put your best foot forward, but it's nice to know that it's so casual, friendly, easy to deal with, and familiar. You being there as often as you are obviously makes it easier for everyone, because I'm sure you are the familiar faces that kind of people lean on a little bit at first, before they're making friends with others. Absolutely. Because they know they can trust you. Trust probably being one of the biggest key factors with anything like this, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So now we're tiptoeing around. Well, not really tiptoeing, because using brontosaurus feet around this big event. So why don't we talk about what's coming on up? Because it is a big Dino Day and walk. We're going all in for autism on Saturday, April 25th from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. That's going to be at the TCC. So tell me all about it, because I got a few things listed here. I'm going to get excited about one. Miniature horses. My goodness, that wasn't listed last year. What else are we going to see, and tell us all about this great event, because I'm very excited.
So we're very excited this year. It's like going to be the biggest it has been. We're bringing back the walk. Last year was the first time we brought back the walk since before COVID, but we made it shorter and more accessible and more interactive and fun, so we don't lose any kids, and we can make it accessible for everybody. And but the outside of the walk part, there's also just a giant fun day. So there's a huge resource fair. We have about 70 resource tables happening so far, which is just different agencies and places throughout the southern Arizona who serve autistic individuals, different types of therapies and things. And intermixed with all that is a lot of fun. So like we have Bricks and Minifigs Northwest is one of our sponsors. So they're coming out with lots of Legos to play Legos, of course. We're trying to hit all the special interests here, right? So we got miniature trains, we got miniature horses. We have Padawan training. There's a Jedi battle at the end of the day.
Wow.
There is an adventure arts coming out to do art. We have the Reptile Rescue coming out with all their big disgusting lizards. I mean, really cute lizards. They just creep me out, but everybody likes them.
Watch your mouth. Those dinosaurs are going to hear you, and they're going to get offended.
Dinosaurs are birds,
That's
not lizards.
right. They are birds. Nothing to worry about here.
Yeah, we have there's a group from the U of A, the biomedical engineering department comes out and does a bunch of science experiments with the kids, and we have a huge sensory zone as just being sponsored by Rise. It has both sides of sensory stuff. So the one is a real interactive, like jump around space, and then there's another space that's quiet and calm. So at any point, people can go take a break if they need to help regulate and come back. Mm-hmm. We got food trucks coming out. Oh goodness, there's a 360 photo booth. Mr. Nature's coming out to sing. Just tons of fun all day long.
I love that, man. So always a fun time with your organization doing this great annual event, because it is bigger and it's better all the time. There was so much that I remember about it from when we were talking about it last year and everything. So to hear you say that it's even bigger this year, I'm not surprised, because I've been watching it grow since we met. Mm-hmm. So really congratulations on all that success and getting the word out and getting, I'll just say, less of the stigma away so that more people are aware of this. The thing that I always talk about when it comes to your organization is, I always say when I'm promoting it, I'm like, everyone does have someone autistic in their life, because your kid might have a classmate, and helping your kid make this kid feel like they are completely equal and have that rich experience of growing up, not isolating them, helping them understand, well, no, that kid is autistic and here's what that means. So you should do a little extra when you're communicating with them, or be a little more patient when you're communicating with them. Because I wish I knew that in the 80s, right? No, right. There was just, oh, that's him, and maybe he was weird, or maybe I was weird, because it might have been me. So that's the trick, is that it's really important to get that word out, because everyone is affected by this. They just really are, because of the statistics, right? What are the statistics? Because I didn't want to, they changed. So I had seen them once. I didn't want to copy paste them from an older document.
So the most recent statistics came out last year. So it was 1 in 31 for the state of Arizona and for the United States is where we stand. So the numbers are going up and increasing every year. That's not because we're in an epidemic or a pandemic or anything like that. It really just comes down to awareness and understanding, and that people are being recognized earlier, which is fantastic, because then we know how to support them earlier and support them more, and they can they can thrive because they have the support that they need.
Yeah. That's important. Did you, the two of you interns here, did you go to Dino Day last year? Do you have experience at the event yet, or no? Is this going to be your first time?
No, this will be my very first time. I'm super excited.
I was going to say, are you super excited for it? What are you, so hearing what it's all about, and I'm sure that they're hyping it up. Wait till you see this day. Get ready to go to work. It's going to be a big day. What are you the most excited for, do you think?
The mini horses.
I know, that's what I'm saying, right? Exactly right. Okay. Sometimes I get a little sore throat doing this, and I say, call me a tiny pony, because I am a little horse. It's my favorite back pocket joke. So I do love a tiny pony. What else what are you looking the most forward to?
I think being behind the scenes, what I'm most excited about is just how supportive the community has been, as far as other businesses and resources that are going to come out, just how excited they are to be there and bring the awareness as well, and just helping us and supporting the event.
Yeah, it is great. Again, people do have a personal connection to this, and I know here at the radio station we've got a personal connection to it as well. The radio station really cares about this event here at Arizona Lotus, all these stations. So it is great when you see people really championing something like this. And just at any event that I love to see, I just love seeing these kids just get to have so much fun, no matter what it is, because I do lots of events. It's just great, especially just watching them, like I say, light up when they get to see a tiny pony, when they get to experience some of this fun stuff, to meet a reptile and hold one. That's exciting, because that is that's so interesting, and you don't often get to do that, right? You don't often wind up down at Reptile Rescue. So you bringing everybody together at this big fun event is going to be really exciting. A Saturday, the 25th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at this TCC. Remember, it's all in for Autism Dino Day and Walk. Go get all the details over at as-az.org. look at that. So let's talk a bit more about some of what is going on with your organization, because we got a little bit of time left, plenty of time, honestly. What do you think is like next for you? Like, what are your even bigger goals as you're growing? Is there anything behind the scenes that you're working on? A new app, a podcast, some sort of thing that people are like, oh, we started this new program. Just anything going on that you think is new.
So this last year we were able to open up our own space in our own community center. So we have
pretty new.
Yeah, and so that has been such an amazing game changer because we were bouncing around from location to location, having our groups and things, and that was hard on us as a staff. But it's so amazing to have a space and to be able to like control the sensory of that space, be able to control the lighting and the sound, and even we have a sensory room and a space to make it just a place for people to come and the community to connect with one another, and that has been incredibly powerful. And
where is it located?
It is on Speedway near Campbell, between Campbell and Tucson, on the south side of the street. 2302 East Speedway, Suite 112.
There you go. Too sweet. That's the stuff. And Wednesdays, you were saying, that's like open hours where people can come on down there? Is that when you do tours?
So from 12 to 2, then we open the doors. People bring their lunch. They hang out. They talk. Yesterday, everybody helped us volunteer. We were stuffing some stuff for the walk, and everybody just dug in, and we got 1,000 eggs stuffed in no time because all hands on deck. And it's just a great time to have that community, the connection, and just people to find each other.
Yeah, many hands make light work, and that's the spirit. Sometimes these volunteering things, I always tell folks, you do want to volunteer, but it is our older community that volunteers the most, right? And thank you for it because they're the best. They know what it takes to put on big, fun community events. And it's tough because some younger folks don't show up. That's why, again, I thank you both so much for doing it. But sometimes with older folks, it's hard because you can't be outside all day. You can't do this. So you do remind people, no, you can volunteer the week or two before the event. We got to stuff all these bags and we got to make all these prizes and we got to get all this organized. So there are ways to volunteer indoors in the shade and being able to do this weeks before an event. Some people get a little lost in the sauce thing. Oh, I'm not free that Saturday. It's like, no. We need to make sure that we've got all this stuff on Wednesday if you're free. Yeah. So I always remind people that there's a lot more opportunities to volunteer than just the day of any specific event.
That's very true.
Yeah. So any last thoughts about anything or any calls to action? I might just go around. Just any final thoughts, any calls to action, or what I like to sometimes ask at this point, tell me a specific success story that you might have. So maybe either one of you might have that, or a secret about your organization that people might not know. So I'll go around and let's just see if any of those two prompts elicit any thoughts or stories from you.
I was going to say, the bringing the community together is so important. And we have and this year we're coming up with a new tagline of Autistics and Allies Unstoppable Together, because we really want people, it takes everybody, the allistics and autistics, coming together and understanding each other and working together so that everybody can thrive. And we have this cute, adorable little cheerleader in elementary school who every year, as she had a friend who's autistic who moved away and she wanted to honor her, so every year she raises money and she comes out and is a cheerleader for the walk. And her friend moved away, but she still does this every year for the last 3 years to support us. And I just love that type of young community input. And you can really tell that when we work together, anything is possible.
Right. There you go. That's the spirit. Anything from our students who are geniuses? Go ahead.
It's not much of a secret, but it is something that is in the making that I'm actually really excited and looking forward to. Maybe Kate can tell you a little bit more about it, but the Autism Society is collaborating with the Tohono O'odham community, and they're bringing out resources and just more information and awareness to them, and so that they can support their own community and feel comfortable doing so.
That is amazing. That's very important. When did that start? Is this a newer program?
We've been working on it for the last 6 months, and that's actually where our associate director is right now. He's doing a training with them, so it's been growing. It's been really great.
That is fantastic. Honestly, that really, really is something very, very special, because that community and that community of even younger folks, they have a tough time.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine if they're suffering through that as well.
Yeah.
So that's again, you're really building a lot of great bridges here to the community, for all of us, because everyone needs to honor the Tohono O'odham Nation even more, right? Don't we all?
Yeah.
I love that certain events will now give let us acknowledge a land acknowledgement, because that's important, and it's great. I grew up on Long Island where all of my paper route was all based on Native American names. Everything is named for that. They don't acknowledge it, and it's kind of sad. But I think as time has gone a little further along, that has started even there, maybe a bit more too. So it's really important not have anyone be forgotten because, seriously. Any thoughts there or any last calls to action?
So I think it's great to remember just to be curious about individuals and don't hold judgment and just come on out and have fun. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited for it.
As am I. Well said. All right, what better thing can anyone say? Because today, we made friends with Kate Elliott, Executive Director of the Autism Society of Southern Arizona, as well as Jess Levin, student intern, and Yaseret Medez, also student intern at the Autism Society of Southern Arizona, creating a world where everyone in the autism community is connected to the support they need when they need it. Thank you all so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
This was Lifestyle Tucson.
Bing bong bing, time for a recap. An excellent time talking all about this important stuff with the Autism Society of Southern Arizona. I do love sharing stories of success, and it really was a good time getting together with these student interns. All about everything that they're doing, getting down there, volunteering, and just finding somewhere that is really important to them to fit in and continue the conversation with folks that are also learning about it. So it's a really big deal to be doing all that so young. I always appreciate it. And thanks to Kate so much for coming on by to talk all about All In for Autism, a Dino Day and Walk. They spared no expense. Saturday, April 25th from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. Mr. Nature's going to be there. There's reptiles, miniature horses, all this fun stuff happening. Get all the details. Go find them on Facebook and on Instagram because they are the Autism Society of Southern Arizona at www.as-az.org and at Autism Society _SOAZ. And Facebook, you'll find them there. Give them a like, give them a holler, and I'm sure they'll like you back. So I want to thank our old friends at the Autism Society of Southern Arizona for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts are yabba dabba doing it. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. And Toot Toot Tucson, I love you the most.